Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the one and the only Rum Boys Fantasy Network. First off, I just want to encourage everybody right now, really quick at the beginning of this content, go ahead right now on our YouTube channel and go click that subscribe button. Also, make sure that we spike that like as well. Let's run up that YouTube algorithm and dive off into the live chat. If you guys have any questions, me and my special guest today are going to have my special guest and I are going to have plenty of answers for you guys today. This is Business and Brews, our off-season podcast, where we explore the ins and outs of different jobs in the sports industry and different things that are out there in the sports industry that you guys are able to look at, set your goals at, put them on your dream board, whatever the case may be. I'm your host, Rum Boys Robbie, aka the Admiral. Today we are talking about a brand new app that is, first off, going to be game changing the way that a lot of you guys as analysts deliver your content. And it's also going to alter the way that you engage with your fan base. It's literally game changing. In the Rum Boys, we always like to be one of the first to bring you guys specials like this. So this is no other than the app called SportsMe, ladies and gentlemen. And I am joined by the co-founder of SportsMe, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jeff. What is good, brother?
Yo, what's up, my guy? Thanks for having me on the show. Love being here.
Hey, no worries, man. No worries. We had to get you on. You and I, we've been talking for about the last 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Kind of working behind the scenes, and then finally we were like, you know what? Let's go ahead and get the Rum Boys family on here. Let's get them onto the SportsMe app and kind of bring it to the world. So that's what we're here to discuss.
Yep.
First, if you kind of just want to give a rundown of SportsMe, I've already started functioning with it and operating with it, but I mean, coming from the co-founders' words, it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so take SportsMe is essentially, think like TikTok meets ESPN's Around the Horn. People can come in, they can create or they can join any topic. We call them battles, just really a fun topic word. Some are crazy debates. And trust me, you and I know that there can be some crazy debates, but it's also questions, it's answers, it's just talking, it's fantasy advice. It's just like shooting the shit. It's just, whatever you want to talk about, literally could be analyzing a game. And it's all 30 seconds or less. You can reply as many times as you want. The dope thing is everyone kind of gives you points. So it's democratization of like crowdsourced feedback, but it's fun. It's gamified. There's like not, and there's a few things that I can't get into, which you know offline. Yeah. We have some really fun things coming, but really it's about empowering creators and podcasters, the 99% who we believe just have no support. They have no love. No one's helping them. And they literally get 99%, get less than 1% of the revenue, get 1% of the distribution. And so here we are very soon, in the next couple months, we're about to change that. And now it's really just building up the
community,
a dope community. And obviously Run Boys are now being part of that. I love it. Mixing it in with everyone. And really right now, it's just instant collaboration, which is hard. Collaboration is hard. You hop in, someone will join your battle within seconds, and it's going to be another dope creator. So
exactly. What I love is that it's definitely pushing the envelope, and it's kind of honestly teaching and training, especially the younger creator, in the essence of how to actually develop a sports take. We have a show that we do here called Rum Boys After Dark, where I invite all the industry's leading guys, and we crack open a couple of brewskis, and we talk sports. The bar's closed in quarantine. We were like, we need to keep talking about sports, and we need to get away from our wives. How do we do it? The females that come on, they're like, we need to get away from our husbands. How do we do it? And Rum Boys After Dark is how everybody does it. And on that show, a lot of times creators, a take that should be summarized in probably 2 minutes, or less, to go on for 3, 4, 5 minutes. And it's like, whoa, like we just did a whole show off with something that, everyone around the horn could have went, could have took 5 minutes. So I completely love that it's teaching these guys and girls to where whenever they go on the bigger platforms, they know how to already, I already dropped a Justin Jefferson take on SportsMe. I can just now kind of recite that, or maybe now I just add on to it. So I also like it as a training tool for the young analysts.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, SportsMe is not. We don't take away from a creator's creation of content for a podcast, a YouTube, an Instagram. This is
an extension.
It's another way to create dope content with other creators in no time at all. That can be used for training. It can be used just for fun. It can be used as a way soon where it can be embeddable into your other pieces of content, and even and at some point where you can be on an Instagram, a Twitter, or YouTube. You see a piece of content that you want to create a show about, you can literally go right from there to SportsMe and just drop it like it's hot, which is going to be a dope feature coming. But really, to your point, right now it's about community. Because we since this Business and Brews, we for everyone listening, we could go out and bring in millions of followers, millions of users and creators, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, whatever. It's obviously no small task is getting millions of people on an app. But we think we have a lot of the formula to do that. But why? Right? It's about, we want to make sure that it's the value for creators, for fans, for partners, but mostly creators, is exactly where we want it to be in terms of like this feedback loop. And we're still getting it right. And so the community right now is built to kind of like figure it out and begin that early process, because 99% of companies build the other way. They build and then they add people on if they're like a social based platform, and where we are far more than just being social. And so we wanted to do it right. We had some really cool advisors who have done this sort of thing before, multi-billion-dollar huge companies that everyone knows about. And they said, start the community and build off of that based on feedback, based on what you see, based on the data. And so we look at data every day. And that's only going to get more robust, and
what I love is that advice that you just mentioned. Of course, we can't go into names or anything like that. But some of those guys, I know as well, and that's one of the things that really brought me into the fold was no one's going to toss money behind and give you that type of advisement without them already having been through the trenches themselves. And those advisors have been through the mud, and I've seen them grow their platforms and grow to where now they're multi-billion-dollar companies. They're full functioning public IPOs. You could go and get them on Fidelity. Like you can actually like full on start investing like stock in these companies. And that's what I love is that the slow build up to we look at, you mentioned at the beginning TikTok, and when you guys go on SportsMe, you'll see who you're following, and then at the top it'll be battles. Like it looks just like it. And TikTok years ago, nobody knew about it, and it started off in the homes and in the hands of the young 13-year-olds. And then all of a sudden, there's men and women our age that are now on it. And what I love about it is if you've already been using TikTok, you're going to easily be able to use SportsMe.
Yeah. I mean, one of the big things for us was, I'm sure you and everyone in the Rum Boys family has seen. There's a lot of attempts to make sports social. Like, why has there never been sports? And the problem has always existed twofold. One, there's already a Facebook and an Instagram, and almost every single one has been a Facebook for sports, an Instagram for sports, a something for sports. But the problem is, why go to another place when there's already something that has sports? And so for athletes, some athletes want to create a platform where their audience can come and pay for content, but you can get that content everywhere else for free. And so what we really wanted to do, Robbie, as you know, is we just wanted to do a radically different approach. So SportsMe definitely has like this essence of TikTok, but when you go to it, the way that the battle thread works is a multi-party collaboration tool that just lets people from anywhere collaborate with anybody at any time and multiple people, and it's asynchronous. So it doesn't have to be live. You don't have to say, hey, let's collab at 5:00 Eastern Standard Time about is Brooklyn good or is Brooklyn bad? But like, what if 5:00 doesn't work for me and it only works for you? Then we can't create content together. And so, while it has that element of TikTok, it is
far beyond, and especially in terms of the collaboration aspect. You're not having to have to stitch or duet someone, in that scenario. Yeah. And also, to go back what you were saying, there's always been this thirst in the space of sports.
Yeah.
For us to be able to have, as independent analysts, to have the ability to break through.
Yeah.
There are some. Don't get me wrong. I love my colleagues on NFL Network. I love my colleagues on ESPN, but I'm also sick and tired of seeing y'all.
Yeah.
I work with some of you, and I feature some of them here on the Rumboys Fantasy Networks, and they know this. It's not disrespect or slight, but it's like, hey, I personally feel that I am better, and I feel that there is this thirst and this need for kind of unfiltered content out there, and that's kind of where our brand comes in. That's where SportsMe comes in, where it's like, I want to catch a couple hot sports takes, but I don't have time to sit back at my work desk on my lunch break and watch a full episode of fucking First Take. I don't want to do that, but let me go check out someone that's going to be relatable. Let me go to SportsMe, and now I'm engaged on one particular topic. There's nothing more frustrating than when you turn on ESPN and you got Stephen A sitting there screaming about the Dallas Cowboys, and it's like, I don't want to talk about the Cowboys right now. This is obvious that your producers have ran out of ideas to write about, so you're just going to bring up LeBron and the Cowboys, and all of a sudden you have 1 million views. Well, hell, I could do that, but I like that you can break down your topic. Like yesterday, I did the Justin Jefferson thing, and I did that perfectly to where it segued right into my podcast that I was doing. So SportsMe, I used to give people a little bit of taste.
Yeah.
And then from SportsMe, a couple of guys on SportsMe, a couple of analysts over there, they got involved in the battle. Then when we got into the on-air chat, they were there, and they're like, this is just an extension. So it's adding value.
Yeah, and beyond just an extension of other content hubs like a YouTube, like a podcast, and then there's like 50 places where you do a podcast, which itself is an issue, I think. Then there's Instagram. None of those places, like if you bring on someone onto your show, right? Mm-hmm. Your audience listens to you. They love you guys. They love everyone in the Rumboys family. They love all the other creators on SportsMe. They love all the creators on ESPN. The millions and millions of creators, right, for sports. But it's so closed. It's so closed off. Even on like Clubhouse is so new and is thriving. If you really think about it, and I love what they've done, it still is really only meant for like a couple people to broadcast to everyone else what the content is. But on SportsMe, it is super participative. And so while we will have to like close it off at some point, you can't have 100 people on a battle, but you can start a new battle and anybody can participate. And so for a creator who has a YouTube show, who has a podcast and Instagram following, that the question I ask is, where does that audience get to talk to you about what you're talking about? And the answer, there's only one answer. The answer is nowhere. It does not exist. And I don't mean a text thread after like a YouTube show or like a podcast or like an Instagram, because that's not actually talking and engagement. And so what we think is, if you're a creator and your audience can be a part of your SportsMe life and your other content life, and they can now take part with you, like they can actually, like you might have 10 listeners, subscribers, 10 people listening right now who are like, shit, like I want to hop into that Justin Jefferson battle. Like, but why, I get to listen to you and I love it, but I don't get to join you. And so now you can be a part of the show. Yeah. And they can join you as many times as they want, because you can reply as many times as you want. It's super cohesive, like a fluid conversation. And at the end of the day, it's just dope, short form, gamified content. But we have lots more gamification and all the stuff that that's coming.
Yeah.
Some really stealthy stuff, which I'm really excited about. But you know, and then and then we can go into the betting and fantasy world, which is this whole other opportunity for creators to earn revenue through affiliate revenue and distribution and all that jazz. But at the end of the day, and we talked about the community. I have amazing co-founders, and so I let them worry about. I worry about revenue, and I worry about a lot of the revenues and partners, all these things. But to me, the thing that I care most about is the community. Is the community doing everything that we think people want to do? And in my mind, if we can continue to bring in amazing creators and their fans and partners and athletes and influencers and all this thing, the community will be amazing. People will have a fun time doing it. And at the same time, it'll add crazy value to all the other things that a creator might be doing and their fans.
Yep.
And if all those things work out, like, we think SportsMe is the next emerging platform that is just so different than anything else today. And that's where my head is focused on creators, focused on community, daily banners for all the creators, which are dope. Everyone loves them. We just care more. We just care more than everyone else does. And that's why we do it. I mean, it is a pain in the ass to do them, but I love doing them. And,
exactly.
It's such a pain. Let me tell you, it's not easy to have banners made every single day in the schedule. We now have hundreds of creators. Literally, since we talked to, first talk a couple weeks ago, Robbie, it's like, I now have 30, 40 more creators who gave us a logo. And I'm like, how the hell are we going to fit all of these in one day, every few days? But we do it and it works. And we have some more dope collaboration type stuff coming up with banners, which would be fun. And we definitely want to test some stuff with the Rum Boys, which would be fun.
Hell yeah. By the way, everyone that is in the chat on our YouTube chat, I know that you may be viewing us on Twitch right now or either Facebook Live, wherever the case may be. If you go to our YouTube channel and you go into our description section, there is a link for you guys to where you can join SportsMe. I am doing this exclusively only for our Rum Boys audience. Eventually, this will become invite only. And you had kind of brought up the clubhouse aspect. What do things look like there? I saw the
No, we have family visiting. And my cousins just put snow all the way up my back, so I'm just freezing my ass off now. But it's all good.
Gotta love it. But no, let's kind of talk a little bit about that, Jeff. And how it is gonna kind of have this like we said, it has kind of that functionality and that look of TikTok, but it's going to have that invite only aspect to where it's going to be exclusive for you guys as well. Not just, Rum Boys, but you guys will be able to have your own battles and interact with your own communities, see your fans face to face, which I love, especially if you've only been doing Spotify.
The thing I'll say, Robbie, is regardless of whether there's an invite only coming or not.
Yeah.
I won't technically say. I will say that there will be a pretty fun community. We're going to add some special guests to maybe a closed off version of SportsMe while it's growing and we're building up really dope tech. And there may be some people you recognize in this very small group of people, a couple hundred, then a couple thousand. So when the time comes and Robbie hits you up with an invite, I highly suggest you take part in that because it's going to be a ride. But we'll see what happens in the next month or so. And if Robbie hits you up, you should probably respond.
Exactly. I should definitely respond. I'm trying to think what else we're able to talk about, like things that we are able to put out there to get them.
I think one of the things too is when I think about content, content has gotten so different, right? I look at and to be honest, what the numbers are, literally for everyone listening, 99% of creators get less than 1% of the revenue or 1% of the distribution. And so I'm wondering, in my mind, there's almost like this really big thing that's missing from content and distribution and revenue. And for me, it's like, why isn't short form content like a TikTok? Why
Yeah.
isn't that a bigger part of this like portfolio of content that a creator does, right? Like Instagram, they go on Instagram and they do a post and they ask, dude, I mean, this, creators, they ask for likes left and right. Like
Yep.
we get DMs where the same account, I won't say who it is, literally every single day says, can you like my post? Can you like my post? It doesn't mean anything to you, I know, but can you please like it? It helps us. And I think like, damn, like how many groups of people in the world need to like beg for visibility, right?
Yeah.
And I hate to use the word beg, but it's almost kind of like they're begging for visibility, and it's like, why is that the case when?
Well, I mean, it is that. I mean, I've been there before, and I've been the young guy, in the industry, young up and comer, and I've had to ask, hey, can check out our episode? Can you tell me
Yeah,
what you think, what you like and dislike? And now I don't have to deal with that,
yeah,
like period.
yeah.
You know,
So in my mind, a short piece of content that can help other pieces of content and make audiences more engaged, more loyal, and it's monetizable and it's shareable. In my mind, even though it's not the core focus of a creator, it becomes the core focus of this like this loop of things that help me become a I don't know if a better creator is the word, because but I'm going to use better creator to reach all these different goals that someone might have. And so it'll be fun to see how these things work out. In distribution wise, you know, we have some cool partners lined up, and I'm excited to, actually bring in creators into
yeah.
these sort of things. We think differently, and it'll be interesting to see how this goes, but we're excited about it.
Absolutely. I also want to state that I highly respect the fact that from the moment that you guys brought me in, it's constant communication. And you guys don't know my philosophy come from my background in the tech industry. If you don't like something, guys, don't worry. Give it 5 minutes. It's gonna change.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about so far over the last 24 hours. Everybody coming to me with feedback. Hey, I want to make sure if I type the second I type the letter R, I find Rum Boys. They just coming to me with little things like that. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I can up channel this, and I can
Yeah.
help Jeff, rearrange it, prioritize it. I can move this up onto the list. Okay, I know that you guys want filters. Maybe we can wait a little while on filters.
Yeah.
Let's get SEO. So everyone coming together in this sports ecosystem, in this technology ecosystem, where both sports and technology are meeting in a perfect marriage. It's awesome that you guys are taking the time to listen. Sven asked, "Who are the Rumboys?" Sven, the Rumboys are the best damn sports media company to walk the face of the earth. Okay, there's your answer. Shout out to Sven. We actually just signed him as our fantasy baseball creator. Look out for some baseball
Nice.
battles coming from him. I actually just got him onboarded. We wanted to get our baseball guy on board the SportsMe before the start of the season, so before opening day.
Nice. There's been an uptick in baseball, I will say, over the last like 2 weeks or so. So
yeah. Hey, by the way, he is also a scrum master too. So if you guys need, he could probably be in the next meeting with us, and he can help you guys.
Hey, we love tech, so sure we can hook him up with Darren and see what happens.
Exactly. But no, I mean, but I love that you guys do take the opinions of the creator into account so heavily. Not many will do that. And another thing that I love, by the way, guys, this app is on both Apple and Android. Yes. So I don't have to make some of you guys that feel left out, like man, I can only watch you on Apple. Like, no,
Yeah.
like this is everyone is invited to the party now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I take we don't have a ton of resources. We're a young company. We're raising more money now so we can bring on amazing teammates, and we have a lot of those people who are already circled up, which is great. Some people who we know really well across the board. But I, with minimal time and a baby, I spend a lot of time talking to creators, DMing with creators, doing stuff like this. And I love it. And I think it helps us, one of the things that's important to me is helping build up the right culture around SportsMe.
Same.
And make it known that, like, at all costs, we are creator and I hate using the word user, but we are literally creator and user first, and everything else is second. And it all starts at the top with me and my co-founders and doing that. And while they're busy doing tech and whatever or finances, I'm on the ground line talking to everybody, and it's hard to keep up with it. It's like really, really hard. But for sure, like, that's the way we'll always be. Doesn't matter now or when we have millions of people on the platform. We're always going to be this way, and that's my promise to creators and users forever. SportsMe won't ever change like that. But we'll change. Of course, we'll iterate, we'll adapt, but we'll always be creator first, and that's how it has to be.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that. I always believe at the Rumboys Fans Network, we are always very customer centric first. Very very user centric first. So if anyone's having a tough time, just creating an account for rumboys.com, I take all those tech questions myself. So on and so forth. One thing that I do want to say, guys, yes, you can check out the SportsMe Instagram. Please, if there's so that Jeff and Derek are able to do the cool stuff that they're able to do or add all the enhancements, let me know, and then I can also let them know too. I like to try help you guys out as much as possible.
Yep.
And I know that you guys are busy. You're constantly answering a lot of questions.
Yep. And I will say, for everyone listening, I know this is a crazy ask. Hop on SportsMe, have fun. Try not to talk too much about it outside of SportsMe, because
treat it like Fight Club.
Treat it like Fight Club. We're really trying to build the community a specific way, and we're young. We have a couple of bugs here and there. We're changing them. We're getting rid of them, but we're trying not to have too many people be on the platform, and we already have a ton. Like, people come in the app and they drop battles, and they don't know that hundreds of people a week, a day, are watching. Like, they're watching just like they watch a like this. They watch a YouTube. They watch a podcast if it's video. They watch an Instagram video and an Instagram live. But I think it's kind of dope knowing that, like, you're just talking and you don't have to worry about thinking people are watching me. You can just be authentic, right?
Yeah.
You can just be yourself, and you don't have to worry about editing and being the most curated, beautiful self you need to be, if that's important to creators, because that's kind of how Instagram has become, is very like, my most curated self is what people post, right?
Yeah. Like, I need a filter with my face is Chase Claypool, crazy stuff.
Yeah. And so that's my only crazy ask, is hop on SportsMe, have fun with it. Soon you'll need to get an invite from Robbie, but yeah, try not to talk about it too much, but have fun with it as much as you want.
Exactly. If you're walking through the office and somebody's like, "Hey, what's that?" Just kind of low key, like, "Oh, you'll see."
Yeah.
I'll have an invite code for you soon. Don't worry.
You know what is great? You know what is great though? One of the things that we have to do is one of the things that's interesting, right? Because this is Business and Brews is content moderation, right? And so it's an interesting conversation for us, because if you go onto a battle and some of the Rum Boys and some others are really getting into it. And I mean, like, and I don't mean like politics where you literally hate each other and you're killing each
Yeah.
other, but I mean like sports fans, they get into it, right? And
Yeah.
and that's totally, we love it. We love it. And people spend a ton of time on SportsMe as much as any of the big platforms which is why we're excited, because people, they love to get into the content. It is always changing. People are always coming back into battles and rejoining, so you're always coming back, which is great, even for short amounts of time. But for someone that doesn't want to get into a crazy debate, we're trying to figure out, how do we separate someone like that from other types of content. And we have lots of ideas, and we will be much better at this. And right now it's been interesting. We don't take anything down. Like, we've taken down like 2 things just because it was like semi cross the line of like community standards ish.
Yeah.
And we just kind of like, we just made a decision. Hey, we're taking this down because we're trying to build the community the right way. Whether it was the right decision or wrong decision, like, I don't give a fuck. We don't care. It's
exactly,
like, we're trying to build the community up, and all those people are even more active now than they were then. So, like,
Exactly. See, yeah, because they probably learned, like, all right, I can't do that. I love that you brought up, that there are some creators that are probably not going to want the battle aspect, or not have the ability for someone to reply their take. They're just going to drop their take and just be like, "That's my opinion," and we're going to leave it at that. I think of that kind of like back in like high school PE, where like the PE teacher would be like, all the people that want to play competitive basketball on this side of the gym. All right, now all of y'all that are probably not that good to go over on this side of the gym, and I don't mean that like that, but I mean, I like that that's an enhancement. That is something that is being looked at, because there are 2 sides of the culture. But going back to the battles, by the way, GMM Network, my homie Bogart, SportsMe is the best thing since sliced bread. And then right after him, spin, give me money. I love it. You're probably going to tune into our YouTube one time. We're just going to randomly yell. Like, we'll have like a battle that'll go insane on SportsMe, and we'll just be like, whoa, did you see that? And we'll just yell, give me money. It's just a thing. It's a lingo. Spin, I got to shoot. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, no, what I wanted to mention on the battle side of things. So I come from the early 90s era. And I'm a huge hip hop fan, and
same.
It's a battling, that was like a sport, like it's to have that back and forth. So I like that for the creator that understands that, for the creator that has gotten frustrated watching First Take or Around the Horn, all these other debate shows, they understand the battle concept, and they're like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for that opportunity that I can prove that I'm better than Rum Boys Robbie, or I can prove that, I know more about baseball than Spin, or, Guccini, who's in the chat, any other guys are on the app. Shout out to E on the mic. Shout out to Mike on Mike and Mike, Joe, all those guys, Plug. Real Deal Fantasy is over there. I was shocked to see that. I was like, how did Laquan get in on this before me? And he never told me anything. Like, but I mean, no, so I like that aspect, because, there, at the end of the day, this is the sports industry. There is a competitive bone in each and every single one of you. Somehow, some way, some shape, form, or fashion. Whether it's you just like to kick back and crack open a cold one and watch the game and yell at the TV, or you want to be that opinionated soul that has their voice heard. And you don't have to necessarily be an analyst. You don't have to necessarily be a content creator. For all of you guys out there that are all the guys and girls that you just like to chill, you just want to talk sports, you just want to interact with me. You've never got to interact with myself on camera. You want to interact with our staff members or any of the other creators. You're now able to do that. You're now able to do it, and who knows? It could be. Meanwhile, I'm the analyst on the app, and I'm supposed to be the know-it-all, know everything, but it could be you that, because of SportsMe, goes viral.
Well, you make an interesting point too, because while people are competitive, sports radio is historically super competitive. If you have a 9 a.m. slot and you're the Boston guy, and I have a 9 a.m. slot, and I'm another Boston guy in another station, we hate each other, and we are fighting. And if you think about it realistically, and this is an issue, even though collaboration is amazing and collaboration is everything, if you're a sports content creator, you are essentially fighting for eyeballs and revenue and
Yep.
distribution and content with everyone, even your peers, your guests. It doesn't matter. But people don't think about it because there is so much want for collaboration. Like sometimes it happens, and like I know a lot of the homies who are on SportsMe um, on Instagram, like they shout each other out, and I know that it's so collaborative, but at the same time, it's so competitive. And so,
Yeah.
what I love about SportsMe is it's an ecosystem where you come in, and the more people who join you, the more people who
Yeah. You saw. And he
all right.
wrote an accent,
Hey,
Boston.
Robbie, no one can be perfect and win championships every year, but
Go ahead. Go ahead. Hey, see, that's why you need to hop on SportsMe. Jeff is on SportsMe, so you guys can razz
bring
Jeff
it.
a little
I
bit.
I accept every battle. But no, but for real, what I love about Sports Me is you can come in, create content with anyone or nobody, and you actively want more people to come and participate because that makes the content better. It is in no way, shape, or form. It's competitive for points, and our point system is going to change because now it's not what we want it to be, and that's fine. So I hope people know that, like, don't worry about the points. Like,
Yep, the
battle for
leaderboard.
points, give takes for points. It doesn't matter. They don't actually mean anything, but people love them and they fight over them for sure. Trust me. There's a lot of
Yep.
drama over sports me points, which it fascinates me. It truly fascinates me. But it's the one place where it's not competitive. Literally,
Yeah.
it's the one place. If you're an Instagram model, if there's another Instagram model, you're competitors. Like
Yep.
you're competitors.
Yep.
You are, and you don't even know it. And if you're LeBron James, if you're LeBron James, and then there's Alex Caruso and Harrell and AD, and you're all on Instagram, you're all competitors because this buffet of options that you have is all free, and you're going to go to LeBron before you go to AD, before you go to Caruso, before you go to Schroeder, before you go to the coach's Instagram. That's competitive, right? On SportsMe, it's all kind of like this very weird,
Collaborative
radically
algorithm.
different approach to content where that none of that matters. And that's kind of fun knowing like it doesn't matter. I
Yeah.
can just be myself and it doesn't matter. I don't have to be better than anyone else because everyone is going to see it. Everyone is going to participate or has the opportunity to participate. More people obviously watch than participate, but so
It's I love it. It's perfect. Like I can already picture sports me like 5 years down the line, and but by that time, the big personalities at ESPN and stuff have heard about it, and I get the opportunity to just yell back at Stephen A for once. Like I'm with this. Like I love this.
yeah.
I say that as a joke, but but like for real, I enjoy this. I'm sure that they're all the Rum Boys Nation. You now have an opportunity to yell at me. If there is anything that I've ever said over the course of 3 years of owning and running this business, now's your chance. SportsMe, the app for one and all for one.
Yep. It
um,
truly is. No, but as we're wrapping up, honestly, it's like in 5 years, at some point we're absolutely going to go beyond sports. When the time is, I don't know. But really, I would say more in 6 months to a year, SportsMe is going to look so much different. There will be so much noise around what we're doing and who we're bringing in, who's involved, from partners to investors to people you might recognize who are on the app, which is cool. And I'm excited, but I'm mostly excited for how it empowers fans and creators to love what they do even more and make it more open, make it more diverse, make it more accessible and participative, and that's really it.
yeah.
And obviously have a ton of fun while you're doing it. Like personally, like I use it every day. Someone dropped his little sports me battle. There's a battle going. Robbie, you should join this. Actually, some people who are listening should join this. is who deserves a playoff spot more, Kyrie or Zach LaVine. And while we do, I've just been waiting because I want to drop in and just own some fools. And, just fun stuff like that. Literally every topic that you can imagine that you were thinking to yourself, like, why doesn't I'm a Celtics fan. Like, Semi Ojeleye is now averaging like 19 points a game now that he's been playing a little bit more. Like, what does that mean? Like, does that mean he's going to help us in the playoffs? Is he like another player that we could have traded for? Everyone is going to say on SportsMe, oh, Semi Ojeleye, who the hell is that? That dude's nothing. Are you serious? And I look at the stats and I say, look at what he's doing. And there's 50 battles that you could think of within this realm, whether it's me and Boston fans, Boston friends, or frenemies who don't like Boston, right? Because
exactly, I'm a Lakers fan, so I'm gonna chime in a little and
like I said, no one's perfect. No one's perfect. So,
it's 17, no big deal.
well, 16 and a half, but still cool.
Oh, the bubble counts. The bubble counts.
No, dude, 16 and a half is a great number.
The bubble
counts. Celtics 17, but it's a big number.
We can't take off half a point. Hey, see, now you guys are gonna see Jeff and I go back and forth about finals titles. Okay, be on the lookout for that SportsMe battle. Jeff, I greatly appreciate you for joining us today. I'll probably be sending you, maybe not today because I have a lot of marketing I gotta get done for the rest of the day, but I'll probably be sending you an email with this week's feedback.
Love it.
Awesome.
Anything
else that you want to let the fans know about?
Honestly, just hop in SportsMe now because now's the time. Start to build up that audience, start to build up that influence. It's a little, I say those things with the caveat that it's like very different than what happens on other platforms. The one thing that's dope about SportsMe is as we go, and this is kind of more like TikTok than other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
If you, Robbie, you have, just as an example, say you had 30 followers on, and don't, I'm just using it as an example. Say you had 30 followers and I have 100, and someone hops in our battle with 1 million followers, and then someone else hops in with 1 follower, right?
Yep.
When people go to consume that creators with 1 million followers and they see his battle because they follow him, they're going to see everyone else in that battle. So not only is it participative, but it allows visibility for literally everyone together. And then you have to imagine if there's 1 million people who see you and me and this other dude, Ben, who has 1 follower, are they going to follow us? Do we become part of their role? Their
connections, they're around. Yeah.
Their Rolodex of creators. And that opportunity has never existed before. And, there might even be opportunities to buy some visibility, but that's a whole other realm of secrecy, which I can't talk about right now. But seriously, hop on SportsMe, battle me, battle Robbie, battle everyone in the Rum Boys family. Sure, bring on Boston, and I'll destroy all of you. But no, dude, thank you so much for having me. I love knowing you and loving the Rum Boys family, and I'm excited for what we do with all of you guys and girls. And, everyone have a great weekend. Battle it up. Sucks that there's no football. So.
But I'm gonna have plenty of off-season stuff that I'm gonna come with off the top of my head. So there'll be plenty of football debate.
For sure. The talk never stops. That's the point.
No, never. Ladies and gentlemen, we greatly appreciate you guys for joining us this afternoon. This is once again the one and only Rum Boys Fantasy Network. Be on the lookout tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Check us out for Rum Boys After Dark. The bars may have closed in your local area, but don't worry. This bar is always open tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Also, get on over to Twitter and link up with our homie Troy King. He's going to start you guys off with Flashback Friday. So if you're stuck in traffic, all that good stuff, we got some music over on Twitter that's going to lead into tonight's show for you guys. And Sven, thank you for joining the Rum Boys Space Network as our fantasy baseball analyst. And everyone in the chat, we greatly appreciate you guys. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the
Peace.
boys and girls, what it do. Dilly dilly.
Love it.